to say Obaso. So it was reversed to Obakoso. And it is still there in Isaleyo today. It's a pity that such a site should be of more interest to the world, but we are not doing enough to project sites like this. Oyo, this new Oyo, the Oyo we have today, is not the old ancient Oyo, but there are still historical sites. Aside from Obakoso, the site where someone was reported to have been last seen, the site of his suicidal mission. There is another site, very interesting site in Oyo town. Okeshoro is a site where another powerful mythical legend of the old Oyo Empire disappeared. This institute to take up.
Thank you. Thank you. Anybody else, please?
Yes, sir.
The brief one that I had of for the benefit of speculative, it's like scholarly to say speculative fiction, like
Volume.
to say speculative fiction, but again, speculative fiction in this life form. I like that narrative. There's also this other narrative that all persons who have worked on electrically related things like electrostatic traps, the libraries have always brought down. And there are other versions suggesting that perhaps your palace is also the place somewhere where you have your laboratory.
There are actually two palaces in Oyo as we
speak. Also one possibility.
Two ancient palaces.
According to this narrative, one possibility that something happened in the child experiment of Shogo and his palace got bought.
What I want to say, maybe I should follow the footsteps of the director, because it's also highly speculative and open to confirmations. I learned that at St. Mark's Church, where the late Duru Ladipo, who was renowned as his characterization of Sango in his play of Akoto, in the church where he worshipped, because he was a church person before he eventually took on to the Shango thing. That at a point, whenever he went to the church, he would carry his Udu Shango along, and he would insist on wanting to sit on it. It got to a point, it was in those days, many things could be taken for granted, but it arrived at a point where the church leadership insisted that if he could not sit on the church pew, that he should stay away from the church. I think that was what saw him out of the church with his Udu. Thank you.
Thank you very much. My name is Udu. I've listened to my sister here. Coming from Oyo, you are not. And when you were talking about Shogo and the palaces, I was looking at you, the way you dressed, like a Muslim. And I know that in this country, Christians, Muslims, they don't want to see anything like this. And when you are, I'm a theater practitioner. And in those days, they used to say, àwọn ọmọ ní theater, àwọn ajẹbọ ni wọ́n, because we play around with things like this. Now, you coming from a Muslim background, I suppose, talking about Shango, are you not having any challenges in the family? And the way you dress, no, now. hijab and so. You people are promoting this in this country now, telling us to forget about our tradition. What kind of challenges and what kind of education are you going to impact on the younger ones about this kind of Arabian dresses?
Thanks for that beautiful but profound question. It's a matter of exposure.
Wow.
Culture is dynamic, and when cultures come in contact, there is bound to be influences. So, I would want to say this categorically that a Muslim that is not an ignoramus, it's one thing for you to belong to a particular sect or belief. It's another thing for you to really be open-minded and be well-knowledged about what you hold. The Holy Prophet Muhammad said, seek knowledge. Then, when he was saying that about over 2,000 years back, China was considered to be the farthest space on the earth. So he said, seek knowledge from here to China. Now, your essence of understanding what you hold is your ability to sift that which is beneficial to you and throw away that which is ahead. So, I do not have any challenge because I'm well-read and I'm open-minded and I'm following the injunctions of the prophet, seeking knowledge. This is a knowledge I should not throw away because this is also my background.
Thank you so much. I'll return this to Professor Paulus to guide us on what next. But just for institutional clarification, the Institute of African Studies is committed to scholarship of everything that's African. This is Islam, with Christianity. But we also do not forget, it's not correct to say somebody is a Muslim or a Christian. First was a church in Africa. I think it's important to remember that Asha, Isheshe, I think it's important to remember that. And like the ecumenical story we heard, Isheshe, Buddhism, which is the Asian Isheshe, Shintoism, which is also Asian Isheshe, Taoism, which is also Asian Isheshe, all pre-Abrahamics admits of the novelistic discourse, which is Catholicism.
And one extremely important point we also have to know is that there were no wars of religion in Africa before the coming of Islam and Christianity. Why? I can't speak for all African cultures, but I can speak a little confidently about Yoruba culture. Ojú ọ̀run tẹ́gbẹ̀ rẹ̀ yẹ fò ọ̀nà kan owó ọjà. These are very, we say these things all the time, but this is the essence of what we do here. How they actually live in our practical lives. Now, we can talk about Islam and Christianity without talking about Judaism. They are from the same family, whether it's Judaism or Christianity or whatever. Look at what we have in the world today. But that is another issue. They are monotheistic. Yeah. Yoruba is polytheistic. My family, my uncle disappeared for about 3 months, came back. I said he'd been to Mecca, he had a Torah and well, he started celebrating Salah. So, Christmas, his own children would come. Nobody saw any, there were no wars. But as Shoyinka said in, I think it's Season of Anarchy, evangelism is warfare. There is nothing wrong in believing what you believe. For example, yeah. But the moment you begin to tell other people that, come, unless you believe in what I believe, so are problems. We didn't have that in primordial, in traditional Africa. But it's something that could be managed. It's a matter of liberal mindedness. Yeah, I'm happy that I am educated. Oh, that is a very powerful word. I am educated. An educated mind is an open mind, as I said earlier on in my talk. And it's only open mind that admits wisdom from other places. It's as simple as that. Nothing could be more foolish than religious world. All religions I have studied in the world, I was in Korea and Buddhist temple there, in Japan, in Shintoism, Hinduism, and so on. All of them have common core values. You must not steal. You must not kill. You must not kill. You must not cheat other people. You must not lie. How many of
Be humane. That's all. That's what we
So let Christians take another look at the Ten Commandments.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Thank you.
With this work. It's not sufficient. This is just a ceremony. Real lovers of art contemplate them in their time. So, like I said, there will be a bench here starting tomorrow, and then whenever you come, please feel free to sit down and think about them, and then enjoy them. I thank you all for coming, and I wish you well.